Hi, I'm Roberta. Welcome to my kitchen. Today we're talking Vietnamese basics. And one of the most basic things in Vietnamese cuisine, in fact throughout a lot of Southeast Asia, is deep fried garlic and deep fried shallots. So we're going to make some of these. Now we want to slice the garlic and the shallot as thinly as possible. So we're just peeling them and we're shaving them. If you've got great knife skills, good on you. If you haven't, go nice and slow and just shave them as thinly as you possibly can. Now, one of the tips I've learned from my chef friends, obvious when you think about it, but wasn't obvious to me, is you're going to fry the garlic first, because we're going to start the garlic in cold oil. Garlic caramelizes very quickly. We've got about 3/4 of a cup of oil there. In with the garlic, and in just a minute, we'll put that on the heat and bring it up until it just starts to fry. Once it's fried, which is only going to take a minute or two, we'll take it out and then we'll deep fry our shallots on a much higher heat because they take a lot longer to caramelize. They have less natural sugars. So again, I've got about 6 shallots here that I've just really finely sliced, as finely as I'm able to, and we'll pop them in and fry them until they're crisp and golden. And then these go on top of salads, on top of soups, as a garnish. It adds texture, it adds flavour. It's beautiful. Let's go to the stove.
Now that's been going for about 2 minutes from a cold start. If we dropped that into hot oil, it just would have caramelized so quickly that it would turn bitter before we could get it out of the oil. So the cold start is key, and I think maybe it'll need another minute. You'll know, but don't walk away from it. Smell it and keep an eye on it. The second you start to smell it toasty, the second it starts to colour, let's scoop it out onto paper towel. Okay, so that's just starting to colour, and it's that fine line between letting it go and getting it out before it burns. So I'm just going to take it a little bit further. It's still sizzling, which means there's still steam escaping, but look, it's changing colour before your eyes. Let's switch over to the scooper because we want to be able to get that off the heat. And I suppose in a commercial kitchen they'd just dump it into a big bowl, but we want to keep this oil. So we're going to try and walk the line, get this off the heat, use the oil for the deep fried shallots as well, and then we're going to have beautiful garlic oil that we can use to dress other dishes. So now into the same oil over a medium-high heat goes our shallot. Now there's a lot more shallot, so there's a lot more steam escaping. And it's going to take a lot longer. It's not going to caramelize until all the water has burnt off, basically, and that's what that bubbling is. So we're just going to cook that, again, not too hot because we need it to cook before it colours. And I'm saying 5 to 6 minutes. You can walk away for a minute or so at this point, but don't take your eyes off it for too long. Now that's not sizzling quite as much as it was. That's been about 5.5 minutes, but it's going to depend on the heat, on the saucepan, on everything. But as it starts to stop sizzling, that means there's no more steam escaping, and that's when it's going to caramelize quite quickly. So I think we're going to see this turn in the next 10-20 seconds. As I said, cooking's often about patience and timing. We just need to be patient and then be ready to scoop this out. Now you can take the shallots a little darker than the garlic. They don't contain as much sugar, so they don't go bitter, but we don't want them to be too dark. But we do want them to be crisp, so we need to get all that steam and moisture out of them. Now, one of my chef friends once said to me, you can tell when something's ready, not just by the way it looks and the way it smells, but by the way it sounds. I don't know if you can hear the difference, but the sizzle is different now. It's starting to colour. There's hardly any more steam to escape. It smells different and it sounds different. And look, it's changing colour right before our eyes. We're going to take it a little bit further and then we're going to scoop it out. There we go. It's nearly ready. We just want to make sure they're all equally, evenly golden. I'm going to keep it moving for another few seconds. Change over to our scooper outerer. Hardly any sizzle now because nearly all the water's gone. Oh, and it smells fabulous. Look at that, beautiful.
So there we have it, our beautiful deep fried garlic, I guess you could call them garlic chips, our beautiful deep fried shallots, and we want to spread those out so they cool as quickly as possible because we don't want them going soggy, but nothing goes to waste. We also pour the oil we used through a paper or muslin lined chinois fine sieve. Let the oil drip through, and we're going to put that oil, cover it, pop it in the fridge, and use it for recipes that call for deep fried garlic oil because it's got all the beautiful flavour of both the shallots and the garlic in it, so why waste it? And that'll keep covered in the fridge for a week or two. Now you can buy deep fried shallots and garlic. Some of them are quite okay. They're a good standby to have in the fridge. They're not as great as the ones you make yourself, of course, but when you buy them, always check the use by date because they do go rancid quickly, and always keep them in the fridge. Enjoy.